What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast, where today we're going to talk a little bit about the draft lottery, a little bit about Michael Jordan, strangely enough, and then we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs, all the chaos that's happening. The Indiana Pacers, maybe the best team of all time. I don't know. People are saying.
Some are saying.
People are saying. But welcome to Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast, brought to you by J-Bar M. J-Bar M Barbecue is just a couple blocks away from Toyota Center. Free parking, best barbecue in town, and great drinks over at J-Bar M Barbecue. Shout out to Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. I love Zing Zang. Been hammering it during the Stars playoff run. You know, I got to have Zing Zang while I'm stressing out about those road games. Get Zing Zang wherever you get it. I get it at Target. You can get it at the liquor store. America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. Zang responsibly with Zing Zang. And shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. I'm all out of sorts, boys. The Dallas Mavericks just won the NBA draft lottery. I don't know how to think. I don't know how to speak anymore. I've lost all bodily functions. I don't know what happened at all.
Huge day for Texas. Good for you, man. We're stuck with 10. San Antonio gets 2. You get 1. This is the most rigged thing I've ever seen. I got to turn my TV off.
Just baffled.
I have no words.
Nope.
Baffled. It's full on conspiracy has shown up for the first time in. Are we talking about 50 years?
40 years.
Yeah. 1985, Patrick Ewing goes to the Knicks. The card is bent. He picks a different one. He picks that one. Oh, Knicks get Patrick Ewing. A little funky because that one was filmed. We didn't see the lottery balls this time, which the NHL did that this year. They pulled out the lottery balls, and then they're doing all this math and stuff on the live show. Very confusing. Didn't know what was going on, but I like the lottery ball effect.
Yeah.
Wish we'd just have that for the NBA lottery again. I want to see that again.
I wonder when they stop doing that. I don't know. Got to do my lottery research after this.
Yeah. So, the Mavericks got the #1 overall pick. Cooper Flag potentially coming to Dallas, unless they trade that pick for whoever. Joel Embiid, welcome to Dallas.
Oh, yes.
That would be perfect.
Giannis
he plays defense. It would fit Nico's affinity for injured centers.
It would.
Going.
Oh, sorry. I forgot Anthony Davis is a power forward. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. He plays for 4 now.
He can play all 5 positions, guys. Come on.
PJ Washington just lost his starting spot, people are saying.
Oh, no. Poor guy. Glue guy right there.
Sheldon, you made a face.
I don't remember what it was for.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Mavericks win the lottery. Rockets get 10th. But everyone in the world is thanking everyone that the Spurs did not win the lottery. Because Cooper Flag, Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Castle would just be terrifying for the next decade. I wouldn't like that one bit. I didn't want the Spurs to have any more luck.
Nope.
Wouldn't want that.
Nope.
Fear no man. How about that?
Except for the Warriors. That man scares me.
I'm not afraid of him. I just need some help.
Afraid and scared are two different things.
Just need something. So, the lottery just happened. We'll have a reaction video. I don't know if I'll end up posting it, but I'll get some clips out from it so you can see it on my socials. And we'll see. I'll look at it and see if that 10 minutes is even worth posting to Apollo HU on YouTube. But I had a blast doing it. Regardless.
There was a lot of us going, oh.
It's just a lot of O's.
Screaming.
I did scream. I'm going to have to tone that part down in the audio.
No, louder.
Maybe. I don't know if I can go any louder. It's going to hit when I pass the 0 on decibels. So it is what it is. But, the lottery was probably one of the most electric lotteries that we've had in a little bit, right?
Well, I watched it with the sound off, so.
Yeah, I did. For you. And that's a beautiful thing that you get to experience this.
It's like whenever you buy someone a present and you watch them open it. That's what I felt like was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was good.
No.
I had a great time, guys. I don't know about you, but lottery happened. So that was fun. Michael Jordan reportedly joining NBC on Peacock NBA coverage next season. Boys, this guy doesn't need to do any work ever again. He's still collecting checks from Nike for Jordan brand shoes and merchandise and all the things. He makes $400-500 million a year on his own. Well, why is he joining an NBA broadcast other than to talk shit about everyone in the NBA? Because you can't talk me out of that, believing that's the case here. Because, Shaq, he gets after all the centers in the NBA now. He's starting to make amends with like Rudy Gobert and Dwight Howard over the years now. And Is that why Jordan's joining? So he could just talk shit about guys and slap guys on the back of the head like he did to Malik Monk when he was the owner of the Hornets? Like, what do we think about this? I don't know what to think.
Why now? He could have done this 25 years ago when he retired, or 22, however long it's been. He must have been given 50 Brinks trucks. I mean, I can't even fathom the financial compensation that NBC gave up to Michael Jordan. But surely their use of AI for the what's the voice guy, Fagan, their use of AI will definitely cut costs there. So maybe they're giving that money to Michael Jordan instead.
I just don't get it.
It is weird to have like a legit icon, like one of the, the best or second best player of all time is going to be talking about the game.
20 plus years since he retired. It's like he hasn't talked about it once since then.
Yeah, I feel like
for years
it could be like a real disillusionment moment where, like, if he is like Shaq and doesn't really have that much to contribute about like what's going on the court, it could be kind of weird. Maybe it would make it more impressive that he was that good for that long. I don't know.
Will this help or hurt his legacy? I don't know.
People are asking.
Honestly, when I saw it, I was like, all right.
Sintel. That's what I thought.
Oh, really? I just had no feelings about it. I was
it came up on like as a Twitter notification. Like I wasn't even scrolling at that point. And I saw that and I was like, who got Sintel? And then I went and looked and I was like, oh, that's a real thing. And then multiple sports outlets are sending out notifications. It's like, what? Really? That's a thing? That we're doing that? Okay, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be fun. I think after 2 games, we'll tend to see his real personality come out, and it's either going to be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. So strap in, boys. Let's have a good time this next upcoming season.
It'll be interesting. We got Dirk, Steve Nash, and Blake Griffin on another one.
Yes,
on
Prime.
Amazon. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Now we got Jordan on our screens. I think we're still having Inside the NBA next year, so we still get Chuck and Shaq and Kenny, I guess. And
pass.
Yeah, that one's getting rough, boys. I was getting real sentimental about it last year, and now I'm just like, okay, maybe it's time. Maybe it's
washed. Switch
Ernie can stay. Just get a new panel with Ernie.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because Ernie's actually like a reporter.
He's actually good at his job. Yeah. He'll take jabs, but also does the right actual journalistic thing as a broadcaster. Yeah,
I get it. The other guys, they're just there to be entertaining. Fine.
Yeah,
get your paper. I don't care. But I just don't want to watch it.
Jordan's going to be weird because we haven't seen him talk at length about basketball outside of The Last Dance.
Yeah,
came out 5 years ago. Now it's like we haven't seen him just talk extensively about the game of basketball outside of what he did and his team during the 80s and 90s. It's like we don't know we don't know what he thinks about the game right now. We don't know what he thinks about certain players. Like, is he going to break down things on film? Like, is he going to go up to a big screen and just start pointing and being like, and look at this moving screen and all these little intricacies of the game? Or is he just going to be what Shaq does and just like, oh, Anthony Edwards? Nah, he doesn't have it. He's not like me.
It's going to be really funny when they have him reading the gambling promos.
Oh, of course.
FanDuel's going to love that.
Betting with MJ.
FanDuel's going to love that, or whoever sponsors NBC's betting. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. But Michael Jordan joining NBC, it's going to be weird. I don't know what to think. Save all of my thoughts for that after the first month of the season. Give me through mid-November. Give me the Thanksgiving break. Thanksgiving, I'll give my first thoughts on Michael Jordan.
Well, it makes me wonder how often is he even going to be on? Because they said special contributor could be at any time on his schedule, and he's still going to get paid the same amount of money they offered him when they announced it.
Maybe it's like Wayne Gretzky on the TNT broadcast. He shows up once every 2 weeks, I believe, for TNT for hockey, and he's really good at it. He's an intelligent hockey player. He was a coach for several years in the NHL. And he's the greatest. Like, he's the best. So we're getting that. Jordan wasn't a coach, and then he was an owner that never won anything, and just a lot of funny things happen there. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Jordan, but Jordan joining NBC is strange. But now for the actual meat of the episode. The NBA playoffs are obviously happening right now. We've got some good series. The Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks are about to tip off right here, I think, in the next couple of minutes. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Sheldon's, Tyrese Halliburton.
We call it an obsession.
Yeah, he's been incredible. The Pacers are up 3-1 in a series where I thought that series was going to go 7. I did have a lot of belief in the Pacers. I just didn't believe that it was going to happen this quickly and this fast, and that emphatic in fashions. Like they were up 40 like for a majority of the game. Like
Yeah.
the Cavs are dead. They are injured. That is the caveat. Donovan Mitchell got hurt again. Evan Mobley just came back. They're very hurt to very key players. Not a good sign, but the Pacers are just dog walking on man. Dog walking.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a testament to how important it is that the rotation shrinks whenever you get into the postseason. That and the Pacers were just legit really, really good after the All-Star break.
They were.
Like they just
Halliburton figured it out, and then all of a sudden they were really good.
He looked like himself. Their defense got a lot better. Their offense was awesome the whole time. And here they are. So it's just, we all had those lingering doubts about the Cavs. I just don't think we expected it to happen like this.
And it wouldn't be that bad or that gruesome.
Right.
But I don't know. The playoff riser method, obviously we've been talking about it for about a week or two now. Benedict Mathurin, shout out you. The way he plays that game, man. When I seen him throw that ball, when I seen him shoot that ball, it's crazy. I think the problem with the Cavs though is all these guys are getting injured, right? Obviously, we can sit here and point at that. That's the biggest thing. But Ty Jerome has dropped 2 points each game in the past 3 or 4 nights. It's been disgusting this whole series. Other than I think I want to say it was either game 1 or game 2. And of course, did you guys see the real app notification of Darius Garland? I think it was I think they went on an 8-0 run or something, and they said Darius Garland's getting hot. Cavs down 68-102. So we have a new Chris Paul cuts the lead down to 40.
Yeah.
So that's what we've gotten out of this series, which is great. Tyrese Halliburton in high pressure moments, mostly good, and we love to see it.
Yeah, most overrated player in the NBA.
Some people voted on that.
They didn't vote on that.
That vote, I don't know if you guys talked about this while I was gone.
Also, not the vote. No, we didn't.
Good to be back. But I heard someone talking about it, and they were like, okay, so he got 15% of the people who were polled. So it could really be just like this insanely small number of people.
It's just like the Bucks, the Bulls, and every surrounding team of the Pacers just voted on it.
It's like getting a small county in Iowa instead of New York City for the presidential polling.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it. I think in the first round, I was like, are the Pacers just like destined to be Eastern Conference Finals participants every year for the next couple of years, like they were in the early 2010s? Like, is that what we're looking at? Are they better than that? Are we looking at the same thing? They're not having to run into LeBron. Now the Celtics look vulnerable. The Cavs are pretty much dead. The Knicks are very beatable by most teams in the East left. So like it's a weird conundrum that we could just end up having the Pacers in the finals this year out of nowhere. I mean, they played Boston really well last year in that series. They just lost 3 or 4 incredibly close games where it came down to like the last bucket. Like they have the potential to just beat Boston if Boston moves on. They have the potential to beat New York if they move on. It's like I don't know what to think about this team because they're very good, and I just didn't expect them to be like, hey, we're going to be in the finals this year. Good. I just didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
That's a long way away. Yeah, they still have to win one more game, and then they have to win 4 more to get to that point. But the way that they're playing, I could see it happening.
Oh, absolutely. You get hot in the most important moment, and it goes to show you, like, we know nothing. The opinions, predictions, throw everything out of the damn window, because once you get playoff risers in that mix, throw everything out the window. But the East has turned out really well, like Stone and I talked about the other day. Obviously top heavy, but turns out all the top heavy teams are playing each other, so that makes for a fun semis. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the West follows suit. But we'll get to them in a minute. But I'm just so happy that the East is actually like good and comparable right now to the West.
Very fun. Boston Knicks has been a great series. The first 2 games, 2 20-point comebacks for the Knicks, and Mikal Bridges just snatching chains left and right. It was incredible watching. Incredible hate watching against the Celtics. I love my Knicks. Loved every bit of those first 2 games. And then Game 3 happened. Game 3 happened, and they were down like 25. I was like, Knicks got them right where they want them, boys. They got them right where they want them. And that did not happen in any way, shape, or form. Boston just was much better in Game 3. We'll see what happens tonight. I don't know What do we think about this series?
No,
Shelly, give me a number.
No.
No.
I don't have a number. I just don't think that much about it. We were texting, and I don't remember who said it first. I think it was me. That was like, this could still definitely be a 4-2 Celtics win.
Yeah.
After the way those first two games ended. Whereas, like, I don't know, felt like they were never in control, which is kind of what I thought about the Pacers-Cavs series after the Cavs won game 3 and the Pacers had like barely won games 1 and 2. And I was like, all right.
They won by 20 points in game 1.
Is that right?
100. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm thinking of just.
Yeah, the next game was the Tyrese Halliburton game winner.
That's right. But, game 1. Feeling it out, fluky, whatever. Yeah, anyway, so I was like, okay, there's a very real chance that the Cavs just win these next 3 or, force it to 7, but it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's still in the realm of possibilities with this series too. Just because the Knicks feel like such a mixed bag. They're kind of confusing.
So confusing. It's like, I don't know what I'm getting out of the offense or the defense at any given point. Like, is Boston going to miss 43s a game? You're probably going to win the series.
Yeah.
If they're not, you're going to have to ball out on offense. And they haven't done that yet. They just haven't had a great offensive game in these first 3 games. Like, they could have one. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. This is the series where it's like I said, throw everything out the damn window. It's so scary, so weird, so gross. But I mean, that's Eastern Conference basketball. I'm just hope that it turns out to be a good series. I just hope both the teams just have fun out there. Because Jalen Brunson, watching him play basketball, I don't know how much fun I have watching that guy. But everything else on defense with the Knicks, I love it. Yeah, he does it. Yeah, no more of that.
Defense wins championships. So I've been told.
That's right. Shout out Nico Harrison. He was right. Some are saying.
No, still not right, but this helps.
You were just telling us that right before we hit record.
Sarcasm.
You said it was all worth it to get Cooper Flag.
No, I very much said no to that answer.
I asked if it was all worth it.
Josh, what are you doing?
Vehemently.
I'm obviously joking.
Vehemently said no to that. But Cooper Flag, nice consolation. I'll take it. The West. I don't know. I don't know what to take out of these 2 series. I don't like either of them.
Really?
No.
Not.
Well, Shea's been maybe the worst rotation player on the Thunder. That's obviously an exaggeration, but expectations wise, he's been not that good, and missing a lot of clutch buckets he usually makes. And oh my gosh, I just pulled up the box score, and the thumbnail that they have for Jokic and Shea is incredible. And I'll send it to you guys later, but it's amazing.
Please describe it for the YouTube viewer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I will. For those on YouTube, Jokic is guarding Shea, and he's doing something a little like this.
Sure.
And then Shea is going up with the ball, and he's doing something a little like this.
Yeah, the natural Shea flop face.
Yeah. But it looks great.
And they called an offensive foul on Shea in Game 4 on Jokic when he's guarding him, and because Shea does the little elbow push off to get a little bit of room, shoot the mid range
every time.
And Jokic, he got into him. I won't say that Shea didn't exert force on it, but Jokic is 300 pounds. Like Shea, I don't know if he's moving 300 pounds like that big of a man, and Jokic just flopping his hands up, falling backwards, and they called an offensive foul. It's like, good. I'm glad they're calling that. That's good. I'm glad we're finally getting around to that. But yeah, that game was so in reach for the Nuggets. They should have won that game. They just could not make a free throw or a 3-pointer in the 4th quarter. It was disgusting basketball from the jump. They scored 7-8 points in the first quarter.
Yep, 17-8 final score of the first quarter.
It was it was egregious. I was sitting in the press box for the Stars watching it on my laptop pregame, and I was just like, this is arguably the worst playoff basketball I've ever watched. And I watched a lot of early 2010s.
0304 Pistons.
Yes. Watched a lot of that basketball. And I vehemently said, that is the worst playoff basketball I've ever watched. No one could make a shot. It was so gross. I think there was 1 3-pointer for both teams made in the first quarter.
Out of 27 attempts.
Is that a bad number for you guys?
Don't want to talk about it. Nope.
Only when they're consecutive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
you got 1.
Right.
So
look, Josh, you got to talk about it. You're never going to move on if you don't talk about it.
That's right.
Therapy.
Yep. therapy out, let it out. All I'm saying, that 4-point play, James Harden, that 4-point play, that should have counted. Should have counted.
Wasn't it 2? It was 2 4-point plays.
I just remember one where he kind of just threw it up above his head and went off the backboard and went in.
There was a Jordan Bell one and a Klay Thompson one. Same game.
Michael Porter Jr. wearing a diaper on his shoulder.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't if they had the opportunity?
That's right.
It does look like a diaper, right? Am I not? Not in the right here. It looks so much like a diaper just on his shoulder.
I would not have thought of that until you said it. But whenever I was watching, I was like, "Oh, he's wearing a shirt. I feel like that's not normal." And then they closed up, and I was like, "Oh, it's just another shoulder."
He's got 3 shoulders.
Baffling. It was baffling. I saw it. I was like, "That's a diaper." Immediately, it's just like, that's a diaper on his shoulder. Like, is he bleeding? I don't know what it's for.
Stupid. Anyway,
yeah.
This series is weird and messy, and it feels like the matchup that you would expect to probably be the crispest. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Russell Westbrook is in it, so there's literally no way to predict what's going to happen.
No.
Yeah, cocaine Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's right. I love Russell Westbrook, man.
The
years of shit that he's received, and obviously warranted. The way he misses mid-rangers, no one can compare to doing that ever.
His first possession on offense when he came into the game in the first quarter was drive to the basket, miss layup, offensive rebound, miss layup, offensive rebound, miss layup, turnover. Loss of possession. It was the most Russell Westbrook thing I've ever seen because he's just fighting for those rebounds and he just can't make the layup. I was like, I love him dearly. I can't help it. He's incredible. But that series is weird. It's 2-2 now, and neither team has looked good except for OKC in game 2, where they beat them. They had 87 points in the first half. It's like every other game has just been a slugfest in the worst way possible. It's so bad.
Yeah. Also, slugfest. All the talk about the physicality and defense being crazier in the postseason, and we have 2 games that had 80 points in the first half.
Yeah.
In the second round. Pretty nuts.
That did happen. Yeah. The fact that I said it, I think with you, Josh, a couple episodes ago that.
Oh, sorry.
You weren't here, Sheldon. Sorry. It was earlier last week. But Sheldon, I was talking about Jokic, and he's getting mugged by OKC. And then in game 4, his jersey is sideways. Like the Denver logo on the front is on the back of his jersey, and they're not calling anything. And I was like, I guess if you're going to let everything go, then let everything go. But all the flopping and everything, you got to let all that go as well, along with it. If you're just going to let him play that physical on the best player on the planet, basically, it's like, it's egregious. This series stinks.
And thank God it's 2-2, because imagine if this is a 4-0 sweep of either team. You'd just be like, oh.
Honestly, put me out of my misery. I would have taken it.
Well, game one was cool.
Yeah, that was a good game. And then, game 2 happened. The next 2 games happened.
I don't know. Game 3, before overtime was crazy in game 3.
Yeah, but, it was.
Or was that game 4?
3.
No, game 3. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what we do it for, guys. Not everyone can be a zinger.
Can't zing everything. Shout out to Zing.
Yep. Some games are zangs.
Some are, unfortunately. The last series that we'll talk about, the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Golden State Warriors. Steph is out with a grade 1 hamstring strain. Not great.
Oh, no.
They somehow almost won that game. Game 3. It was a 5-point game at the end of it, 102-97. It's like, what are we doing, Minnesota? Like, take control. They're only giant, huge offensive, like supernova is out for the next week. Just take care of business, which they did. They won the game. I get that. But like, it shouldn't have been that close, I don't think.
No, not at all.
It's just what happens when you're in league with, I don't know, Satan. Whatever the Warriors are doing.
This is true.
Whatever the Warriors are doing to stay alive is just unconscionable. I don't know if that's how you say that word, but
that made sense to us.
You just truly hate to see it, when star players get hurt. Oh man, it's truly the worst.
I mean, I do, because I want them to lose. Hey, KG. I want them to lose with everyone healthy. I want 0 excuses.
Yeah, That'd be nice, but you're not getting that.
Meanwhile, Warriors fan populating in the YouTube comments right now.
Welcome back, Warriors fan.
Hey,
what do you mean you're rooting for someone to get hurt? What is wrong with you?
Like that was me. I don't care. This is not my problem.
It's like I'm not a Rocket guy.
Like we only want to play a game. What do you want from me? It's like I'm not even a Rockets guy.
Yeah, if you're there in the comments, we welcome you and we love you.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button while you're at it. It's free.
Yeah, seeing mean YouTube commenters get hurt.
If you like us so much, subscribe.
Subscribe. Let us know how we're doing.
Yeah, in the comments. Argue with us every time, twice a week.
Get mad.
It would be perfectly fine with me. Yeah, that series stinks as well. Is there a good series? People are asking.
Good question.
Is there a good playoff series right now? I don't know if there is. And you got a 2-1. Might be a 2-2 tonight after Boston Knicks. You got a 2-2 in OKC and Denver. This playoffs started off with a bang, and I was like, yes, this is great. Round 1, exceptional for the most part. There was a handful of series where you didn't have to pay attention to it. That's fine. But you had some really good series in there. And then you got 2 game 7s, and then round 2 happens. You're like, all right, now we're getting to the nitty gritty. And the nitty gritty is the grimiest, grittiest, grossest thing I've ever seen.
The grittiest. No, game 1s were cool.
Game 1s were good. Yeah.
6 games, the road teams won.
Yeah.
That was great.
The first 5 games were won by the.
Yeah, we're definitely getting a little stagnant now, which is okay. That just keep alternating games. We get some game 6s and game 7s, and it'll all be worth it at the end. You just got to get through the grimy part.
I think the only game 7 I want is Knicks Boston. I just get rid of the rest of the series. I don't care.
Well,
give me Boston versus New York, game 7. Would love that.
Yeah,
I think it is a little bit of just fatigue. Just
definitely
so much basketball that's like super important every day. And it's like I love it, but then I get a little tired. I'm like, I'm behind on all my other shows, and like I just need it's not like I don't want to break up.
Playing in the game is tired.
I don't want to break up. I just need some time.
Need a night.
Yeah. Yep. I need to watch the studio or something.
Okay.
Well, that's what the conference finals are for. There'll be some days with no games, I think.
Yep. Yeah, but then that day will come and I'll be like, what the heck? How did they schedule this with no games? You never know what you have till it's gone.
And then the final schedule is always the worst whenever there's like 3 days in between. You're like, stop it.
Last year when they started the finals 9 days after the conference finals, I was like, why?
Jesus.
What did you do this for?
They were trying to let Luka heal.
It didn't help. Didn't help.
Still didn't work.
No.
They were resting him up for when they traded him to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That happened.
Yep.
Welcome to Dallas.
Ant had a great game 3. So, I mean, that's been a little exciting. He's been a little up and down, but
keeps tearing his ankle off his foot.
Yeah.
Literally.
the just sheer I don't know what I'm trying to say. Well, I know what I'm trying to say. Just like zero fear to shoot the 3 at any moment is like a really fun. It's been a part of his entire season, but seeing it in the playoffs is even more fun.
It is pretty cool.
Because it's like a little annoying that he's already one of the best 3-point shooters of all the leading scorers in the NBA. Like, why can't anyone on my team do that just randomly?
Too soon.
But the fact that he can is also kind of cool.
It is. He's a fun player. I love him.
You get to witness greatness every day.
I hated him for 5 games last year. That was it.
Yeah.
Now he's the face of the league, guys. We were right all along.
Send a video.
Send a video.
Nope. Family man Sheldon is looking at us with disgust.
Yep. No, it's not you. It's
Ant.
It's him, man.
It's him.
Just nasty man.
You walked into last season, you were like Anthony Edwards, John Morant, future faces the league, and now it's that gone downhill, buddy.
John Morant has the most down year of all down years, and you're like, oh, bye.
Celebrations up though. Celebrations are way up for John Morant. Those are fire. It's incredible.
He had a fun year, not a good year.
No, not by any means.
Differentiate
it. You think the Nuggets are reconsidering firing head coach Mike Malone at this point?
No.
Why?
Okay.
Why would they?
They just look gross.
They were kind of dead in the water, though. Like, they were disappointing, and no one thought they were going to make it this far with him this season. Well, I say that. There's a world where they win this series, and I don't think people felt like that was the case going into the playoffs. So the fact that they're here maybe says more about the players on the roster that we were doubting and less about the coaches.
True. Agree.
But nonetheless, I think they're probably like, okay, we were going to fire them anyway. Like, we got it done, and look, we're still here. So
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I still think it was weird and kind of dumb, but
It was. 4 games left was egregious. Like, if we're doing that 3 weeks before, like a month before the playoffs, then okay. Like, I guess you got a little bit of time to figure things out. But doing it 4 games before the playoffs was baffling.
And they were limping into the postseason too, and obviously like because of what they were the 2 or 3 seed for a while there, then they get put down to what was it 5. I get they're kind of struggle busing, but like I don't know. They made it this far with their other guy. I don't know,
Jim.
This whole show is just me never having an opinion on anything.
I don't know
until after it happens.
I'm not sure, actually.
Words, basketball.
Can't trust an Arsenal, anyone affiliated with Arsenal to make wise decisions. So
that's fair.
I say that they just won the league last year, and then the Nuggets won the championship like 2 years ago. So maybe I'm
and the Rams
the idiot.
Hey, Liverpool up. We up this year, baby.
That's right. You never walk alone, Stone.
That's right.
Unfamiliar, more of a La Liga guy.
Well, you're getting one of ours. So.
What is that? The Uber Eats? No, that's the league PSG's in, right? I was going to say the Uber Eats league.
Is that League One?
Yep, League
the
One.
The Wingstop League with Jalen Green.
Safe to say.
Yeah, Jalen Green needs to just be a full-time influencer now.
All credit to him getting a commercial in the NBA playoffs. Good job, Jalen Green. All credit to you, buddy. That's getting
more
OKC a little less
shots.
airtime.
Surprisingly good PR.
Yep.
Somehow.
And you're getting that commercial 10 times a game. Most games, that's more than Jalen Green has points. That's ridiculous.
As long as it's not what a pro wants, what a pro needs, I'm good.
Oh, gosh, I hate that commercial.
Yeah, welcome back. That's going to be stuck in your head for the next week. Hasn't left. It's been a year. It's still stuck. It's just there in all parts of my brain for no reason.
Thanks.
Sorry. On the worst fits for that commercial, too. So Chet Holmgren looks like a ugly Squidward statue.
Like a doorman. Yeah.
I hate it.
It's so bad. It's so bad. All right. This episode has been absolutely chaos. I still don't believe that the Mavericks won the lottery, but the Mavericks won the lottery. Michael Jordan's joining NBC. I don't believe either of those things, but we'll get around to that when we need to. NBA playoffs, full swing. We're in round 2. We're going to go watch these Knicks Celtics and we got Warriors Timberwolves tonight. Let's go watch some basketball. Have some fun watching some round 2 basketball. Thank you to our sponsors, J Bar M basketball, barbecue, not basketball, but there is basketball shown at J Bar M barbecue. I'm in shambles, boys. I don't know what to think here. Love J Bar M barbecue though. Best barbecue in Houston. Got free parking, great drinks, and great people over at J Bar M barbecue. Shout out to Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. We love Zing Zang. Zang responsibly. And shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Go check them out today if you're in the Houston area. They got 14 locations. They're opening another one pretty soon here, about to be 15. Not a big deal. Shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Boys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for letting me scream into the microphone for a little bit there during the lottery. That was a good time. I had a great time. Sorry you got the 10th pick, but I got the first pick, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Trey Johnson, welcome home.
Trey Johnson.
Somebody who can put the ball in the hoop, please, God. If you're out there, amen.
That's right.
Thompson.
Yep. A penitentiary. That's going to pick up next
year. Yeah, sure.
Nailed it. This has been Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast. We'll be back very, very soon with another episode.